Today on Suncoast View, would you like to leave the office as soon as your work is done? It may sound better than it really is. We'll discuss.
You may not think you can be a happy camper, but it's easy with some new summer items. We'll learn what we need for camping from Environeers.
And a special product to keep humans calm can also be used for our pets. We'll learn more from Canine Corral. All that more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Kathy Carson-Freeman. Great to have you with us.
Great to be here. Always so much fun coming in here.
We got a lot of fun as we start a new week. Everybody's sort of in a mellow start today. I think it's the heat.
It's
Yes,
summertime.
you got to conserve. You got to conserve
degrees.
your energy because it is warm.
I agree.
Miserable.
Move slowly. You know, try not to get too excited. You might break a sweat.
We're like
Just don't go
alligators.
out there very often.
That's a good theory. All right, but we've got summertime food on the mind as always, and Nikita back with us from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always great to be today.
What are we making?
Yeah, we have, well, it's the World Cup. And at Geyer's, it's kind of
course.
a big deal to us. And even though we lost yesterday, it wasn't our best, we still have the game day Euros. So
Okay.
make Euro little soccer balls.
And when you say us, obviously Geyer's is German.
Yes.
So you were rooting for Team Germany yesterday, but it's
Yes.
just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. It's not the end of the world, but it's the first time we've lost on the first round in 20 plus years. So it's kind of a blow, but it'll work out.
All right. Well, lots of fun watching the World Cup and lots of good eats while we do it. So we'll get some recipe and munchy ideas from Nikita. Always great to have her with us.
Yeah, that German in your name is not just fake.
Yeah.
You guys really are from
It's a
Germany,
real deal,
aren't
yeah.
you?
You're very committed.
That ethnicity lasts. All right. Good to have you, Nikita. Well, Linda, speaking of celebrating at appetizers, you did some partying this weekend.
I did party. I went out with the girls from ABC7. These are a bunch of reporters. I am about 55 years older than anybody in that group, well, except Chef
Judy.
Except Chef Judy. But we bonded during the hurricane. You know, when you're working 24 hours a day, you are soaking wet and miserable. You learn who you can turn to and who's got your back. And then some new reporters came in, and we just sort of slurped them in with us. And it's great because nobody, you know, guys don't want to go out with a bunch of girls talking about the news and what's happening and what I should have said and what I said. So it's great when everybody else cares about what you're talking about. So it's really great fun.
I think that's amazing. I mean, when I was 25, I wish I had had a group like our girls have. You know, they all seem to get along. They all support each other. They have you and Judy for good advice and good fun.
Know, during the hurricane, you had to call in and get your story on and say what you were going to say. And I would call, and there'd be so many people going on. But if I'd get Laura, I knew, okay, I'm okay. But I had no idea who Laura was. well, Laura now I know very, very well from the hurricane, and I know I can trust her. So you just get a real bond with these people that you work through difficult situations with.
And that can be a challenge, I know, when you work at a 24-hour business, whether it's a hospital or a news station, because not everyone has the same common time off, so you can't really all get together.
Well, and as Linda says, there's people that work on the opposite end of our day in the evenings and nights that I don't know at all. Like, you know, we just never run into each other. So it is very different. So,
It is.
well, good. I'm glad you girls got together.
And
That
I'm
was a
really
lot of
proud
fun.
to work here because we've got some great people working here.
A lot of fun.
Nice.
Well, good for you for doing something fun for the weekend. It is time for our first hot topic. And Amazon employs thousands of workers to our north in Ruskin, but a part of the Amazon culture is causing some controversy. It's called VTO, Voluntary Time Off. It's an opportunity for Amazon workers to leave their shifts early when the workload hits a lull. Now, you won't get paid for the hours not worked, but you also won't be penalized for leaving. What sounds great to many becomes an issue when workers are pressured to leave early on a slow day, which ends up costing them money in their paycheck. What do you think?
This is such a scam. It's a way to make full-time workers part-time workers. You know, you say like, okay, you can leave, but it's not a you can leave. It's a
We
get
want you
done
to.
and get out of here. Yeah, I think
So it's
a
saving
scam.
them ever running into OT, that kind of thing?
Exactly, and eventually, I mean, if you're not getting 36 hours a week or whatever, I don't know what their particular agreements are, you may lose your benefits, you know, in particular situations.
So they could pull it and say, hey, you were only here 32 this week, 34 this week, we don't have to give you benefits.
Sure, I mean,
legally
and
they could.
again, I don't know what
Sure.
Amazon's particular deal is, but in general, this sounds so good. You're like, I'll just finish and I'll go home, but and it becomes a pressure to finish faster and faster, and get out of here and never get overtime, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You know what I would like though? I would be like to take time off I'd like to take a week off without pay and go somewhere like Europe or someplace.
Right.
I like that kind of benefit that comes in a big lump, but I have to plan my days. Maybe you've got to pick up kids or you've got to do something at a certain time. So I don't like that wishy-washy thing, not knowing when
Do you mean
get
like
off.
the ability to say, okay, I've used my time off or my vacation time, but I'm willing to take unpaid time off?
Yes. Yes.
Which that would be your prerogative.
I think
which
you can do that.
I don't think you can.
So
I
probably
don't, most employers, I don't think you
it's
can.
nice to have that option if it's not forced on you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, if it's not forced on you.
Yeah,
And the
I was
problem
a
with forced
freelancer.
is money.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
Well, like forced to leave work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes
if I
your
think
money.
I'm going to be here 8 hours, I
Yeah.
think I'm going to make $200 or whatever I'm going
And
to
my
make.
rent is X, and
Right,
my bills are
right.
Yeah,
Y.
you're going to start
You
having
need-
workers that are
yeah.
going to stretch their work out so that they won't get sent home early.
True,
Yeah,
yes.
you know? It's
And I
like-
think that's where the conflict is coming in, is that management is there going, why aren't you done yet? You only had 8 boxes to do. Why aren't you done yet?
Yeah, and
You
so and so
know?
over here's done. Why can't you
yeah.
keep up?
But in
Right.
some cases, I would imagine, as long as you're not messing with people's salary, it does make sense if, like, okay, it's not busy right now. Let's close, cut the operation costs of staying open and not making money.
The problem is they're not paying those salaries.
Yeah, as long as you're not
Because it's that
messing
they're
with
hourly
someone's-
workers.
I was a freelancer before I worked here, and so if I wanted to take time off, I did. It was on my own schedule. I just knew I wasn't getting paid.
Right.
You know, so it
Which
was
is
kind
the
of
benefit of freelance
yeah.
work.
So you do what I think most of us do anyway. You just work your butt off until your vacation, so you can make up for it, and then you work your butt off when you come back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So no easy answer, but sometimes it
You would
sounds good.
think my butt would be smaller. wouldn't it?
Because you do work a lot.
work
Yes,
my
you
butt off
do.
every day.
Why is it still here? All right, well, a new ranking has Suncoast residents talking about our local airports. The Punta Gorda Airport now ranks higher than SRQ, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, and it continues to see a lot of growth. Well, so ABC 7 viewers sounded off on social media about what they think about our airports. Chris writes in, SRQ carriers are way too expensive with no direct flights to the Northeast. Leslie writes, I wouldn't fly any of the airlines that fly out of Punta Gorda. I love SRQ. It's the only place I use, and in and out with luggage faster than anywhere. Roger says, walking out to the plane and up the ramp reminds you of the old days, but I'd hate to do it during one of the summer squalls. Valid point. Lee writes, we use Punta Gorda Airport as often as possible, even though we live 10 minutes from SRQ. We will travel to other airports until SRQ gets decent, inexpensive flights. Ooh, price loaded, noted a couple
Yeah.
of
But you know
times there.
what? I always fly from SRQ because if I drive to Tampa and I save $100 on the flight, it ends up costing me $100 parking,
Yeah.
so it evens out.
Yeah.
So I think I save money by flying from
People
this
forget
airport.
that, I think, when you're price
Yeah.
when you're price shopping. I know friends of mine just left today for vacation, and they were flying up out of Tampa, and they had a rental car, and to return a rental car in Tampa takes so much longer than if you were
absolutely.
in a little airport like SRQ.
Right.
So they were leaving a ridiculous amount of hours early
Yeah.
so that they could get all that done. Whereas SRQ, you just park it and then you
Well,
go.
and I think
Best
Punta Gorda is
airport
even easier.
ever.
Oh,
Punta
yeah,
Gorda is
Punta
even
Gorda.
easier in terms of not even easier, but on that same easy
Right.
scale.
How is their aquarium?
Good point. Good. It's the little things. It's the little,
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids, I would imagine.
Right,
You
that
gotta keep
probably
those
keeps
kids.
everybody pretty entertained.
Wi-Fi and something to keep the kids busy.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? So if you're looking for restaurants and all the amenities, you go to the big airports. If
Yeah.
you just want to get in and out, you stay here.
That's
For me,
why
it's
I fly,
just
get
what
in and out.
flight is going where, and am I going
Yep,
there?
me
And, you know,
too.
and if,
Yeah.
it's within the price. And sometimes the little St. Pete Clearwater one shouldn't get
And
overlooked.
it's scary
either.
as heck,
Yeah.
by the way, but they have good, cheap flights if that's where you're
Yeah,
trying
they go
to
direct to Syracuse,
Yeah.
which is great for me if I want to see my family.
Yeah, you'll feel great about SRQ and Punta Gorda if you go check that out. It needs a renovation, just saying. So it is graduation season, and that includes commencement speeches full on advice on how to live your best life. So actress Mindy Kaling from the new movie Ocean's 8, which by the way is great, returned to speak at her alma mater, Dartmouth. She covered a lot of topics, including dating. She told the guys, listen, when you go on dates, act as if every woman you talk to is a reporter for an online publication that you are scared of. Date like everyone is watching. Good advice or a sad commentary of how women are treated?
I can see marrying this guy that dated you like that. What do you know about him really? Nothing. dating is to get to know each other, not to insult each other. I mean, it does not have to be that, but it's to get to know each other, to really open up to somebody. So I think that's ridiculous.
I think it's a good idea.
I do too. I agree.
I mean, the way that things are, and sometimes it seems like guys really don't know some of the boundaries. So
Right.
I think that there are sometimes some good people that make some bad choices that they aren't even aware that they're making. So I think date like everyone is watching is some good advice.
Oh, it's gotten so sterile, and I understand that it needs to be to overcorrect for how bad it's gotten, you know, for women. But it's like, how do you? I'm so lucky I don't date anymore, because how do you maneuver this little minefield of, well, I want to show you I'm interested, but I don't want to cross the line. I want to be respectful, but I want to be spontaneous.
I think most people,
Yeah.
most women are fairly, sensical about where the line is. I mean, the stuff that's been in the news is
work stuff.
Allegedly people who I have no clue where the line is.
It's
and
true.
if you were in a date situation and those things really happened and someone was watching, you'd be mortified.
But I've been
You know?
I've been best friends with females almost my whole life, and all the time I hear, he was just so boring. He was boring. He's just a nice guy. And,
Oh, right.
I'm not saying that, I get it. I do get the point of you got to respect women.
Right.
But it's kind of like, ooh,
gets too dry.
It's overcorrecting, I think. I think it'll come
Yes,
back. You're raising boys. I mean, you both are raising.
I threaten mine. You better be nice to those girls. There's no option in that house. All right. Well, many of us want to downsize and purge some of our stuff. I know Linda spent most of the month doing that. So what do we toss and what do we keep to give our family? Well, millennials apparently don't want any of your junk.
I've heard that from her.
Forbes and Next Avenue put together a list of what millennials say they hate inheriting from their baby boomer parents. The list includes books. They're not as rare as you think. They're probably in bad condition, and we read everything online. Old photos and cards. They're not worth it unless there's a celebrity involved. Persian rugs, sterling silver, flatware, and crystal wine service. Fine porcelain dinnerware. They also do not want porcelain figure collections or cabinet plates. Have we lost the formal dining room? That's what I feel when I see that list.
Yeah.
We don't want china. We don't want crystal. What are we going to do with this generations of china that's out there?
That's a
Well,
good
I gave them to Kathy. Yeah.
How many sets do you have?
I have 3 sets of china. I have never used any of the china that I have, but I have really nice light up cabinets.
Right, curios, I think we call them. Right.
But I'm never ever gonna, my husband's like, are we ever gonna use any of these?
You're going to try and give them to your kids,
Yeah.
and when they move out,
So
and they're
if
not
you
gonna
have
want 'em either.
Thanksgiving, you don't get them out?
Well, I've never
might
actually.
They go to my house.
I was just going to say, you still have your mom doing
Bring your
this.
own
Yeah,
dishes.
but I gave her the china from her Bud's mother. She never met Bud's mother. So this will be something that is passed down and passed down.
I
And
want
no
it.
one's ever gonna use it.
Nobody's going to use it, but I did want it, and I disagree with that list in that I want the photos and the letters.
Yes.
The other stuff I don't want, but the photos and the letters, of course, I would want that.
If they're not of celebrities, hey, you don't know those celebrities. They're not real people to you. Your family is real people, and
Right.
someday when you're older, you'll really want to know what great-great-great-grandmother looks like, and those things will be treasures to you when you're older.
But porcelain figurines will never be true.
Yes, I agree.
You're gonna have
I agree with that too.
Grandma's collection, or what were those little moments? Precious
precious
moments.
moments.
Yeah.
But you can't throw them away because they were your mother's.
I could throw them
I've
away.
got a big orange horse.
I could give them away. Yeah, I don't do stuff very well. There's a big purge in my world. You better strap it down if it's sentimental, because I'll get rid of it.
Well, I know that orange
to
horse is
know.
not pretty in my house, but my mother gave it to me, so I cannot throw it away.
Well, Linda's one tough lady, as we know, but a Georgia grandma sure showed her resilience this weekend as well. She was working in her yard when a bobcat attacked her unprovoked. It lunged at her face. Apparently, they typically go for the jugular. She grabbed it, was able to hold on, and then strangled it to death. You can see her hand got injured there. When asked how she did it, she replied, I thought, not today. Today is not the day I'm going to die.
Wow.
And that bobcat ended up being rabid. So now she's
Wow.
in for all
Oh.
sorts of shots and
Wow.
treatments.
Oh.
But she's okay.
Good for her for
Yikes.
saving the family. I would put you up against a bobcat. My
I think
money's
I
on
better
you.
go practice.
Yeah, I don't
Get
know.
a few
Rabid
moves.
bobcat.
But to protect your young, I think you would.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
well, I don't know how I've thought of how to fight an alligator. I make that plan all the time. But a bobcat.
What is your plan?
My plan is to poke his eyes out.
That's
And I would do it with a bobcat, but you got to hold on. You know, I mean, the bobcat's
apparently
gonna be
strangling
fighting.
the bobcat.
Strangling
is better.
appears to work if you could keep the claws back. She got scratched, but she did not get bit.
Wow.
Okay, we need more hand power. So I have to,
Start working on that.
I'll have
Got
to-
her survival
If
list.
you see me doing this, I'm practicing for my bobcat.
Nobody's going to
fight.
outdo Linda. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, how to help keep your pets calm during our storm season.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. A hot one today. Temperatures into the low 90s, but feels like temperature 105 to 107 degrees at times. Right now it feels like 103 out there with the temperature at 92. There is a sea breeze west-northwest at 12. And the barometer now is still high at 30.06 inches. We're still having some respiratory problems with some of the area beaches. They're in the list there. And as far as the rainfall goes, there's not much to cool us down right now, but there will be later on as we see that northeast flow, which is fairly typical during the summer months. And we do have a sea breeze that's set up along I-75. When that rain that you see there over central Florida collides with that sea breeze, we'll start to see more storms developing near the coast as they make their way off to the southwest, eventually into the Gulf of Mexico. You can already see one lone shower east of I-75 near Lakewood Ranch. Water vapor content showing some dry air setting off just to the east of the state. That's going to move in on Tuesday, dry things out. We'll have the latest on our forecast.
It is a noisy time of year for our dogs. Afternoon storms rumble almost daily, and 4th of July fireworks are right around the corner. For many pets, these scary sounds can cause a lot of anxiety. Well, Mark Shambor from Canine Corral is here with a solution to keep our canines calm and comfortable. And you also brought your friend Spencer. It's nice to see Spencer back.
This is Spencer.
Hi, Spencer.
Aw. Well, speaking of being calm and comfortable, before we get into some of your solutions, Canine Corral Daycare is actually a great way to tire out pups with a full day of playtime. And you
right.
brought some pics of some of the
did.
dogs who are pleasantly exhausted from having so
Yeah.
much fun.
Come
Tell us who
around
we're
2 or
seeing.
3 o'clock. This is Harpo. Harpo's there chilling out, just relaxed after a day of play. Lucy.
Lucy had a long day.
Lucy
yes.
had a long day, waiting for mom to pick her up. There's Nilla and there's Raz out on a little kid's chase there. That's Tuck. Tuck's like, hey, I'm tired, but I still want you to love up on me.
Position is everything.
Adorable.
That's Molly and that's Elmo.
Oh, how nice.
Always have
They're
your friend to lean
friends.
on there when you
right.
have a long day.
And there's a quad on the chair on the comfort bed there.
I love how they all hang out on each other.
They all kind of stay cozy. They get tired. They all kind of pick their friends and they kind of lay down with them. It's really cool how they all act.
You take such good care of dogs at Canine Corral, and so we're always happy when you bring us advice that we can take care of our own dogs. So we know that pets can get stressed out from storms and other noises like fireworks that happen. So you have some options that all have to do with CBD. So these are CBD
right.
products. So before we get into the specific products, remind us what CBD is.
Well, I want to make sure that everybody knows that CBD comes from the male hemp plant. The male hemp plant does not carry its sister cannabinoid, which is the THC. So the CBD does not get our dogs high or psychoactively high. It just gets them calm. It reduces and relaxes them so that they don't feel what you would feel from something that's really scary. The thing we want to remember, though, is that it's relaxation, and it's a natural way to relax your dog without giving your dogs, prescription medications and things that are probably not as good for the dog as something natural.
Oh, nice. So it's a nice alternative. I know we joke about, or we've heard about puppy Prozac or something, but this is a
Yes.
better option. And there are different ways to administer it. So
Yes.
let's see a little cross-section of what you brought. What do we have?
Okay,
starting
so
here?
you can start with treats. Those are treats that have CBD in them. Depending upon the flavor, you have many, many different variety of flavors. It's going to be something that's not going to be as effective quickly.
Okay.
It's going to be something that's going to be more long-term because they have to digest it.
Gotcha.
Here we have chews. This is so popular. The chews are great. I have not found a dog that has not liked the chews. And for smaller dogs, you can actually snip these and make them smaller. The one chew would be good for about a 40 to 50 pound dog.
Oh, great. And this is your own line, I see.
Yep,
So
we
this
have
is
our
the
own
Canine
product
Corral
line, and I've been very successful with the chews. And the capsules here are going to be something for a dog that, let's just say you have a nervous dog that's always nervous. That's something you're going to want to give the dog every day, and it stays within the system, so you don't necessarily have to have any specific event that's going to cause the dog to have to be relaxed. It's just always nervous.
It's just anxious all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And then there's a spray here.
This is a more effective, it's a full spectrum, which means it's the full hemp plant. And that would be 1, 2 to 3 pumps rather than like a whole dropper of oil.
Okay.
So it's going to be very effective. With this, I found it to be effective with a dog with a seizure, where it would have maybe 30 seconds to a minute of a seizure. It brings it down to 0 to 3 seconds.
Wow.
It is so cool.
And is that pretty fast acting?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's why you want it direct. You spray it right into the dog's mouth.
And I saw it was a chicken broth flavor or something.
Yeah, it's got a little flavor to it, so it makes it a little bit better,
Oh,
but
good.
it doesn't reduce the activity.
And then talk about the drops here.
Well, we have 3 different levels. We have 100, 300, and 500 milligrams. That would all depend upon the consistency of the CBD. 100 would be for a dog that's up 25 pounds or less, and the higher you go, the more cost-effective it's going to be. So you could use a higher milligram and just use less for a smaller dog, but you do want to get like the 500 for a dog that's going to be over 50 pounds.
Okay. And then it looks like you have, are those topical wipes?
No, actually, this is a cream that's used for dogs that have different sores. Quite honestly, I use it myself. I have an itch that's really bad, and it takes it away within 5 minutes. My dad uses it for psoriasis. It really is a wonder cream. There's only one side effect. If you're a human and using it, it does make you bark.
Mark, we talked about, thunderstorms or loud noises from fireworks, but what are some other, ways that you might need to consider CBD as an option?
Well, it's gonna, you want to use it to alter a mood, immune system, inflammation, pain, insomnia, and like I said, seizures. It does help the dog to relax and sleep, but it doesn't necessarily make the dog not function. The dog will, and people as well, will still function normally. Myself personally, through fireworks, oh my God, it works so great for fireworks.
Separation anxiety?
Separation anxiety, where you're going to have the dog breaking out of the crate. Manila would do that. She would scratch up the woodwork, that type of thing.
So if we see those when we come home, we might realize that our dog is having some separation anxiety.
You need to give me a
great,
call, and I'll hook you up.
Yes, well, thank you. You always bring us great tips for our pets, and we know you take great care of the pets at Canine Corral. Canine Corral offers dog training, daycare, boarding, and holistic pet supplies. For more information, go to their website, caninecorralsrq.com. Coming up, should you be responsible for something your kid breaks, even when it costs an amazing amount? We'll discuss.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Welcome back. So we love to discuss stories with a bit of a legal angle when Kathy is with us. So this one too, a big parental nightmare. A Kansas couple is being billed $132,000 for a sculpture their 5-year-old accidentally broke during a wedding reception. So you can see the child on surveillance video reaching toward the statue when it toppled and fell. The piece was insured for $132,000. The insurance company is citing negligence in failure to monitor a minor child. The parents say the whole scenario was dangerous for the kid, that the sculpture should have been better secured, and that no malicious act was committed. Do the parents deserve a $132,000 bill, and how the heck do you get out of that?
Well, that's tough. This is the insurance company trying to subrogate what they had to pay out. But so what will probably happen? First of all, in reality, can you imagine them going to court and trying to get the money?
Sue a 5-year-old?
Yeah, from these parents. It's probably not going to happen. But if it did, if they tried to do that, then the parents are going to bring in the museum and whoever was throwing that party to say their negligence, you know, they were 90% responsible because nobody should have been allowed in that area. So that's how it would play out in reality. But typically, you don't hear about this because what insurance company is going to go after parents, drag them into court, and the jury, anybody who has been around a kid,
Right, she has a 5-year-old.
is going to feel for these people because why was that kid allowed to get so close to that sculpture? That seems crazy.
As a parent, if you went to a wedding or an event in a museum, I'm not a parent, so I can't say, but wouldn't you go like, okay, there's a kid with a lot of expensive stuff, I'm gonna keep one eye constantly.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, you can't keep that close.
right. I'm sure the parent tried. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Sure.
But I mean, right. Why was it sitting out? Why was there not a thing around it?
Yeah.
Why was there a kid at the wedding? Like, why the
Maybe
people who
this
threw
isn't
the
a
wedding?
kid-friendly wedding.
Yeah, shouldn't have let a kid come if you're going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of art around. I don't know.
And there's a row of like 4 adults sitting there on the screen while the kid is hugging the thing. They're all just looking forward at something else. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not a parent. If I saw a kid go near any piece of art, even if it's not my kid, I'd
Would
be
they
like,
have
whoa.
to pay anything?
This is why the museum itself has an
Right.
insurance policy. And then
Right.
I'm sure whoever was throwing this party has their own insurance policy. I mean, typically, I don't see a scenario in reality where the parents are going to end up.
I hope not, but it's
on
scary.
On paper, they certainly could. Yeah,
right,
I mean,
right, but then it would actually play out. All right, watch your kids, people. It can cost you. Coming up next, everything you need to enjoy the great outdoors.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less. and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check in with Chef Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. And Nikita, you said you have a trick for making tzatziki sauce.
Yes. So when you make it, like how we were talking about earlier, it can be runny a lot of the time, and then it makes a mess on whatever you're eating or whatever you're dipping. So what you want to do with your cucumbers, you put them in a strainer with a little bit of salt, and the salt's going to pull that water out. You put a little heavy plate, and all I'm using actually is the lid from our deli container.
Okay, to push on it.
And then you just set that here, set it there for 30 minutes, and you'll get the juice out. So this way you won't have it.
And is that a good trick for any salads? Cucumbers come in if you don't want them runny?
Oh yeah, we at the shop, we strain all of our cucumbers overnight, actually.
Oh, good idea, because they can be mushy.
Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll join you for some meatball tricks coming up. Linda?
June is National Camping Month, and some of my happiest memories are camping with my family. Of course, there are many different kinds of camping and hiking, from trekking around Myakka to taking on the Appalachian Trail to pitching a tent in a state park or challenging the wilds of Canada. Whatever you choose, the Environeers can make sure you're prepared. Joining us now is Brian Luther, the manager of Environeers, and you're going to help us pack up for our great adventure, right?
Of course, yes. Let's go.
Tell me about the store. What do you have there?
We have just about anything and everything you'd want for your trip from Florida to Appalachian Trail, or if you're going to go to Europe. Or there's lots of people this year traveling to do the Camino de Santiago, and they're coming into Environeers to get stocked up on their clothing. A lot of people this year have also been going to Africa. So people come into Africa to get their safari clothing and the gear that they need for.
And you've got it. Well, tell us what you brought. You brought some really interesting things here.
Yes. So first of all, what we got over here in the clothing is UPF clothing. That is something in the last several years has come really big, really important. And this is a UPF 50. It's by Coolabah. Coolabah is a company in Australia, and they make some really good quality clothing. And then there's a men's shirt there. It's from Patagonia. That's designed basically for it says travel or fishing, but you could wear it doing it just by anything because it has vents on the back, so it breathes really well, which is a really nice thing.
I need those now.
And then we have these socks. These are Bugs Away, made by Ex Officio.
You're kidding.
And we have socks, pants, the whole kit caboodle.
That will keep bugs away?
Yes, and it has permethrin in the fabric that keeps the bugs away from
That's
them.
fantastic.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Sitting in your own backyard.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to go anywhere, I still need them.
Right.
And then these sandals here.
Yeah, this is really cool. Those are UFO sandals, and the company's UFOs. And basically, they are one of the 2 shoes that we carry that are podiatrists recommended. And then when you put them on, they've got such an incredible arch, and you stand there, you feel like you're flowing. Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Oh, they're good. They're like firm and but cushy.
And you could walk a long way in them.
Oh yeah, and we have people come that every year they'll come back and go, oh, I need another pair of these. And you look at them, and the only thing is the tread is gone, but the entire sole is still there.
Oh wow.
So well made.
Yeah, it's really well made.
All right, what do you have
of course, what are those?
This is really neat. This is something fairly new. It's called Be Free, and basically it's a water filtration system that when you hear, you could fill it up and you just drink out of it, and then as you're drinking, it's going to empty and it goes collapse and it's flat. So it'll fit in your pack a lot smaller.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
rather
yeah.
than a hard plastic one.
You can put it in your back pocket practically.
And it's got a filter
system?
And this is a filter here. So you just go to the creek.
You're kidding.
Any dirty water, put it
Wow.
on. And
Wow.
That's a great idea.
This is a liter, and this is the same thing. This is 3 liters.
Okay.
That'd be good for hurricane season.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I want to go camping just so I can use some.
I know, there's a lot of fun stuff here.
All right, and then other containers here. What about this pack?
This is PackSafe, and PackSafe makes their packs so that there's wire mesh netting all through the backpack, and then inside it has an RFID sleeve. So when you're traveling in Europe or in these countries where people are scanning and they're getting your information from your cards, it can't get through that. And then as well, no one can come up, cut it, slice through it, or try to get into it. And then the zippers here, they fit in this little piece here and here, so no one can come up and just unzip it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
A lot of safety and security there.
Yes, I have been robbed over there. So let's talk about the cooler.
Yeah, down below.
Yes, that's Ice Mule Cooler, and basically it has an insulated sleeve in it, so when you put things in it, it's going to keep it cold. And then there's a piece on the back, you blow into it and it puffs it up, so it's always going to stay cold. The nice thing about that is it's a softie, so when it's empty, it's empty. It goes flat.
It goes flat.
And you can sling it over your shoulder and walk to the beach or anything like that. So it makes it really simple and easy to carry
That's
around.
great for the beach because carrying those big, huge plastic and heavy ones is a lot of work.
And generally, those big coolers don't have wheels.
Right,
So,
because that makes sense.
yes.
So you also have food that we can take.
Yes. Now this is something I have for you guys to try. This is moon cheese. There's Gouda, pepper jack, and cheddar, and you're all trying cheddar. And
it was so good it jumped out of her hands.
And it is so good.
And it's just it's just dehydrated cheese. We got this in not too long ago, and we sell it off the shelves. It's really good.
I would eat this at home.
It's delicious. And you said it's just cheese.
And it's just cheese. The only ingredients is cheese.
Wow.
Now, what is that other thing that down there? I
the
don't
gray
even
bag?
recognize it. No, it's clothing down there. What is? Oh, that looks like.
No, it is a bag.
It is a bag. I was trying to figure that out. I was ready to wear it. What is it?
It's a Timbuktu. It's a messenger bag, and it's you could put a laptop in it. They're great for computers or traveling and on and off a plane or anything like that. And it's an over-the-shoulder bag as opposed to a purse or a backpack with two bags. It's a nice thing, and we got some of those in, quite a few of those as well.
All right, and we're still working our way through food, but we also have to keep things cold.
Yes. This is Hydro Flask. Hydro Flask, it's a thermos. Basically, it keeps things cold and keep things hot.
Right.
I have a Hydro Flask. I'll put hot drink in it morning, and I'll go there at noon. And it's still hot.
It'll still be smoking hot. Yeah,
Wow.
That's great.
And then just a neater color than your red or
Yeah,
pink.
no, exactly. And sturdy, I would assume. No
Yeah.
problem with taking it around. All right, and then I understand we also have espresso on the go because we still need our caffeine when we camp.
Yes.
How does this
roughing
work?
it with espresso.
Is that a mini hand pump? Is that what that is?
Yeah, you put it in there, and when basically it's a push-the-button system.
Okay.
You put it in there, and it's gonna
Is it capsule based?
No, you put the
grounds in?
Grounds in,
Okay.
water in, and comes out, and you get your little espresso in your cup.
Oh,
it
so
makes
it must
great.
have some pressure inside then. All right, that's
Okay,
neat.
this
Linda
is
found the
funny.
wine glass.
Look at this.
This is a wine glass. It's a nesting wine glass. You can take it anywhere.
You unscrew the bottom.
And then you push
Oh,
it in.
I
on the top.
see.
And then if you smash it in, it'll sit. So
It'll go even farther
I
in.
see the theme of
Oh,
things
there we
that can
go.
condense when you're done using them throughout almost all of these.
Well, because we might have to carry this up the mountain,
Yeah.
Joey.
Yes.
This is to store your food from the grizzlies, the bears.
Yeah. And so basically, this is an Ursac.
Right
Ursac's the
there.
company, and if you look on the Ursac website, they have these where the bears are in this cage and they're mowing on it, chewing on it, trying to get in, and the bears can't get through it.
Oh wow.
And that's just because of the fabric it's made
It's
out
the fabric itself. Now, the thing
I
that's really
love that.
interesting is that bears can't get through this, but small rodents can. So they have another bag that's a little yellow bag that's rodents can't get through.
I thought you were going to say small children. He's got so much more stuff too. You've got to see all this. It's so exciting. And for more information about Environeers, go to their website, environeers.com, or you can visit their store on Fruitville Road. Next, you've got your gear in shape for camping. Now we've got to get our bodies in shape for camping. We've got an expert that can do it.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. City officials are trying to figure out how to alleviate traffic between Bradenton and Palmetto. Why some people are against the state's proposal of a flyover bridge. Plus, will the blue wave crash on the shores of the Suncoast? A look at the race for Congress in the 16th Congressional District. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline. We are looking at some showers progressing from the northeast to the southwest right now across central Florida and moving toward the west coast. Now, we are going to see some pop-up showers and storms developing along the sea breeze. Already one lone shower right there just to the west of I-75, just there near Fruitville. This is heading to the southwest, and these are moving pretty quickly off to the southwest. But once they reach that sea breeze, we're going to see a better chance for showers and storms scattered about. We'll have much more coming up at 5. See you then.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app. You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Well, we continue our celebration of National Camping Month, and we've got our gear ready to go, but what about our bodies? Whether we're mountain climbing, hiking, kayaking, or just lugging all of our equipment, we want to meet the challenge and avoid injury. Well, here to help us get ready for the great outdoors is adventure trainer Chase Petty from Chase Fit. Welcome back, Chase.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, so you and your team, you actually make a business of preparing people for adventures. You're an adventure trainer.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So what that means is we kind of help people find their chase. See what I did there? Or their why or their purpose. So like I give people an example that everybody can relate to. So if, for instance, everybody remembers their first car, right? So if I came to you and you were 15 and I said, hey, I want you to work really hard this summer because you're gonna build character and maybe you'll make a little money, right? And you're like, okay, so a weekend you're gonna be like, you know, I'm good. It's 90 degrees, parents pay the bills, I'm good. But if I said, hey, at the end of this summer, if you make enough and you work hard enough, you could get your first car. Now you're driven. Now you have this motivation because now you have this tangible goal. So that's what we do. You know, we're adventure trainers for these amazing experiences. And so we set people up, and during that, you're going to lose weight, get in shape, and feel better. But we don't focus on looking in a mirror, stepping on a scale. We focus on the journey of fitness and the experiences involved.
I love that because it actually helps you stay in touch. When it gets harder, you got to find motivation.
Exactly.
You have a goal.
You have that why. Like, why am I doing this? You know, this is so hard, but why am I doing this? Because I want to make it up that mountain, or I want to finish this hiking trail, or whatever it may be. You have this tangible goal. And that's a feeling that you can't even explain. It's just like when you sat down in that first car, you're like, oh my God, I'm never gonna have this feeling again. But same thing when you climb that first mountain or you cross that finish line. It's a feeling that you can't even explain.
So all of the exercises you brought for us today have like a functional application.
Correct.
If we wanted to go outdoors and do something. So let's start with what you brought for Kathy.
Of course, and since this is camping month, this is kind of goes along with what Brian's stuff he was just showing you. So I'm gonna have you do a lateral step up. All right, she's gonna step her foot on the box, and she's gonna drive from the heel, because when you're hiking, you want to learn how to use your posterior muscles. You don't want to be in your toes and your calves because those go quickly. So she's going to do a lateral step up with a knee drive. And this is great for abductor, pelvic stability, all that kind of stuff when you're trekking with a pack on your back.
Okay.
Right? And now a modification to that, what Linda's going to show us, she has her hand here for balance. She's just going to pick her hip up or her knee up. And by just holding that static hold, she's going to be working, again, her hip flexors and pelvic for hiking or climbing a mountain, whatever it may be. And just by holding that, eventually, and like you'll see her leg will start shaking because that muscle's getting tired. So you can put it down if you want. And now, Joey, try not to burst through the seams in his shirt.
Listen.
All right, but I need you to bend over at the hips. Okay. All right, right here. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna drive the elbows back, keeping the shoulders depressed, and squeezing the mid back. What I don't want to see, I'm actually gonna have you show it incorrectly, is roll the shoulders forward and now just pull. You see this a lot, right? Now, they're not actually working their mid-back. Now you can go ahead and show off your muscles again and puff that chest out. All right, so now...
Is this helpful for, what's the practical application?
This is great for, so again, if you're carrying the pack, you know, you're trying to work on posture, right? You don't want to be hunched over like this while you're walking, because again, it starts to get into your low back. You want to be able to have a tall chest and a strong mid-back to be able to hold that pack, since you're going to be trekking for hours on end.
Nice.
And now, Stephanie, here we go. Let's see it. So hand plank, so actually on your hands.
On my hands,
Yep,
okay.
this is a little harder actually.
Yeah,
so you're holding,
is.
and now you're gonna keep the hips up. And now I'm gonna let Stephanie show off, and she's just gonna do a leg raise while she's doing this. So one leg raise and then come down. And then she's gonna switch. And again, what this does is she's trying to keep her shoulders still and not rotate while she's doing it. So again, strengthening the pelvis, strengthening the posterior muscles, and also working her core, which again is great for when you're packing. And obviously all these movements are great, but again, it is an endurance. Hiking or mountain climbing is all endurance. You do need to still do incline walking, things like that on a treadmill. And most importantly is all that stuff Brian just went over with you is to wear your gear when you're training sometimes. Like wear your boots, wear your clothing that you're going to be wearing, because you want to find, do you have hot spots in your feet and your boots that you need to cover up? Or are there certain seams that rub on you when you get sweaty? Like things like that. You want to test that before you go out and you just go camping in this gear you've never even tried to work out in. So.
Oh, nice. So you are helping to prep for those little pitfalls, sometimes literally, that could happen when you go out into the great outdoors.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to go back into our workout routines here. But you can poor Steph. Well,
10
you
more
can get
steps.
in shape for the adventure of your dreams, or just the challenges of regular old daily life.
There you go, Linda.
Go to chase.fit for more information, custom plans, and find out more about Chase's training. Coming up next, what is it about a new documentary that is making people so emotional? We'll discuss.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Me, pick me. Oh, come on, man. Oh man, I love technology. Hey, yo, check out my new phone. Look at this right here. For years, the DeSoto Club has needed improvements. Join me and Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County as we raise money to build a brand new facility. It will be bigger and better, just like it was 40 years ago when I attended. Invest in kids, build great futures.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level,
When your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
The documentary Won't You Be My Neighbor about the iconic Mr. Rogers is now showing in limited theaters, including Burns Court in Sarasota. There are not very many dry eyes by the time it's over, we're hearing. The film covers Rogers' decades-long mission to make television a tool for helping children, stressing love, community, and acceptance. He did not talk down to kids when doing episodes on tough topics like divorce or death. So why all the crying? Experts say it's because Fred Rogers was a part of our childhoods. He addressed a wide range of people. Do you have a soft spot for this?
Yes, I do.
And you know what? I bet if they pitched this show for the first time today, producers would say, "Oh, that's too boring. Kids will never go for it. There's no action."
It was boring, kind of.
I was going to say, it was a little slow. I'm not going to say that, but it was very touching.
And I was just like, oh, get on the trolley, go to the land of make-believe.
Right. And
so it
think
taught me
about how
patience.
simple it was.
Yes.
All right, it's at Burns Court Theater. You can check for show times. We are checking out the kitchen. Can't wait to go see Nikita from Geyer's Sausage.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, letting you know that we're going to see some showers moving on in here the next couple of hours. Already starting to see that activity west of I-75. Some showers there. There's not much of a sea breeze, but there's enough of one here that we'll see showers set up and bring us some moderate showers and a few isolated thunderstorms at times. You can see them now in east of Manatee County, also into east Sarasota County. This one in particular fairly strong. They are widely scattered, so not everyone's going to get the rain. We're already starting to see some of that action right there near Bee Ridge. Just to the west of I-75, this pushing to the southwest. So folks in Siesta Key are near there. Expect some showers here in the next half hour or so. Things are going to change tomorrow as some very dry air set up east of the state moves in, and that dry air will shut down our storms just in time for summer to start. We'll let you know when summer officially begins coming up today at 5. See you then.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small, so Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar, A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. What are we making today?
So today, well, it's World Cup. It's really big with us, especially being a European market. So today it's a fun one for the family. It literally, the whole family can do it. And it's little meatballs that look like little soccer balls.
Love it.
So we're calling them game day gyros.
Okay.
How we started out, now we have a pound of beef.
Okay.
A pound of ground pork.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a lamb merguez, so it's a spicy lamb sausage.
Ooh.
Now you don't have to add this, but with it being a gyro, you know what I mean? I
like the spice too. So you take the casing off and just use the inside?
The casing off.
And am I squishing? Is that what I'm doing?
If you keep squishing, and I'll peel the casing. And whenever you have a recipe that asks for bulk anything, don't freak out when they don't have bulk in the store. You won't believe how many customers like, but I need it bulk. And we're like, well, we'll just peel it out of the casing for you.
I would not have thought of that. That's
you just
great
peel it straight
hint.
out. So in these meatballs, we have some coriander.
Okay.
Some nice. I love coriander. It gives it a nice earthy taste. We have cumin and black pepper.
I knew I smelled cumin.
A bunch of garlic.
All right.
Yeah, a bunch of garlic.
If we're all eating it, it'll be okay.
About a quarter to a half of just a sweet onion chopped finely.
Okay.
And just to give it a little bit taste, and some whole leaf parsley. You can chop it, you can leave it whole. I like to leave it whole. You'll see when you make the meatballs, it gives it a nice, when you get that bite, a good flavor. And then, what I use all the time, it's Knorr. Yeah, secrets. So Knorr has, they have like 20 different varieties. We carry them all. It's these little package things, and they make individual salad dressing sizes. So you add like a cup of oil and a cup of vinegar to this, and you have a salad dressing. But it's great for if you're flavoring anything. So
that's a great little secret.
That is a great little secret.
Anything. So while you're mixing, you got to mix that really well.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Then you have the lemon juice, a whole lemon.
Okay.
And it takes a little while to get the mixture. There we go.
All right.
And while
I'll
you
keep
mixing, and once you mix, then you just roll it into little balls and set them on the side over here.
All right, I got my job.
Okay, so now for the tzatziki, we talked earlier about the cucumbers.
What are you doing?
So you want
Enjoying, taking it all in.
Just checking.
So you finally chop them in a way, so you can also take a strainer, and this one's double layered. It's always nice to have a double layer.
Yes, it
and
is.
you push the juice out, and literally with the spoon, I've already done that, kind of save time. So you want to add all these, it's a whole English cucumber. 2 cups of Greek, here, you want to add the Greek dressing. And if you can use a lighter one if you're trying to make a little bit healthier of an option. Just make sure to run it through a cheesecloth.
Oh,
If you run it through a cheesecloth, it'll strain it out, and it'll give you that texture you're looking for, but with a lighter option.
Oh, nice.
Because the fatty, now this is 5%, so this, you can see it, it's heavy duty. So this one.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 tablespoons of black pepper, some more garlic, a whole bunch of fresh dill, and
that
some
smells
lemon.
amazing.
Another
Fresh
lemon.
dill.
Another lemon. And then while I get the lemon in there, if you want to stir this, and then I'll get back to the meatballs, kind
Are
of
those
show
too
you.
big?
No, that's perfect. So yeah, with what you want to do with these, and now you can use the backside of a spoon, a little bit of a knife. You just want to poke a little bit of a hole.
You're making like a little divot in it. Okay.
And then that's where the feta cheese goes.
I love that. This is where
You
the
close
soccer
it-
ball look
This is where the
comes from.
soccer ball look comes from.
And
so when-
who doesn't want feta in everything?
Yeah. Well, and I was even like game days for my nephews. I was thinking maybe surprise, because my nephews play soccer.
Oh, nice.
So it's fun.
and make little
course they
appetizers.
do.
Little appetizer, yeah, because you don't have to put it. You can put it just with as an appetizer with a little stick in it, and see, just like that. Now you have your little soccer ball. And you want to bake them for they're super quick, 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
And as you can tell, there's no egg, there's no gluten.
what's
there's
the binder
by
here?
that.
you don't need it. It's so little, it doesn't.
It
they
doesn't
have no,
come apart.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. So if you have anybody with allergies and stuff, it's perfect.
And
for,
they're not fried.
They're
so,
not fried,
I
and
mean,
you
really,
just
I've got
bake 'em.
good health. It's just protein.
It's just protein. So once you bake them in here, I have some done. Now you want to use a pocketless pita bread.
Okay.
Oh, so it's
almost
just
like
flat?
a wrap.
See, yeah. So see here, I actually.
Oh, I like those.
Got that here. And here we go.
So now when you assemble them, here they're all done. See, 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
There's no grease, no.
No, yeah, they're really
mess.
lean.
They're very
Oh, what a great recipe.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you want to celebrate World Cup, Nikita has some great ideas with Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. Now, just because she's on Team Germany doesn't mean that you can't go visit her depending on who you are rooting for. But this one's almost a little Team Greece, I got to tell you.
Yeah, that's a little bit, well, that's what something people don't know about us is we make sausages from all over the world. So
Right.
when you're celebrating any kind of culture, it's kind of fun to do.
It's very fun. Lots of cultures celebrated at Geyer's, and this one a little bit of a Mediterranean flair. So looking forward to digging in past that down. Let the girls give it a try. Kathy, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to hang out with us. And Nikita, we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Take some time, enjoy the rest of your day, and enjoy the Suncoast view.